Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at some rumours for the upcoming Codex Deathwatch. Now this is supposed to be a very Primaris centric codex. I know a lot of people either hit or miss when it comes to Primaris, so let's just jump in and let's take a look at what it has to offer. As always, with every rumour video I do, we speak about, discuss, take everything with as much salt as you can possibly carry. Nothing's true until it's confirmed by GW themselves. Now apparently all this information which we're getting is coming from playtesters, and they've actually labelled this codex Primawatch instead of Deathwatch because it's so heavily focused on the Primaris instead of the regular, well, I like to call them mini marines. I know a lot of people get triggered, but I like to call them mini marines. So it's a very, very heavily focused on Primaris. That's what they're saying. One of the big things to come in this, which is been put online, is that you can actually mix Primaris units now. So for example, let's say you have 5 intercessors, you just take them just normal bolters or something like that, and then you can mix like another 5 units in there. So you can take aggressors, hellblasters or interceptors in that squad, and you know, you can basically have like mix and match squads which suit your playstyle to how you want to play. Now if that is true, then I absolutely love the idea of that. At the moment I play solely Primaris when it comes to playing tabletop. I don't take any mini marines at all, and the problem I find is that there's really no flexibility when it comes to taking Primaris stuff. The main problem is that I don't think they really have a lot of firepower. I know, like, obviously they've got dreadnoughts, they've got the, you know, the transport tanks and all that kind of stuff, but the problem with that is that the more damage they take, the less accurate those tanks get, or those dreadnoughts get and stuff like that. The really great thing I find is that hellblasters are amazing. If you can get like some supercharges in there, you can really do a lot of damage. And of course they've got the 2 wounds, so they're really good at holding the ground and holding the points and stuff like that. But at the moment I just feel like they haven't got that factor that pushes them over the edge, that makes them a competitive tabletop force. And with some of the stuff I'm seeing leaking from the Codex Deathwatch, it looks like I'd rather use my force as a Codex Deathwatch force rather than just, you know, a Codex like chapter force using the actual Space Marine Codex instead. For example, there is a leak here that says there will be a stratagem called Teleportorium where you can deep strike a unit of Deathwatching. Now if I'm taking Primaris, like I just said before, Primaris has 2 wounds, so I'm basically, if you can take like a 10-man squad of Primaris, it's like taking a 20-man squad of mini marines. Now let's say I just want to take a 10-man squad of hellblasters in and I deep strike them somewhere behind the enemy lines or somewhere around an objective. I can basically put them into an area where I want now, because you don't roll and, you know, there's no like danger when you deep strike units in. You just say it goes down there and it goes down there. So I think me as a Primaris player now will see that and think, okay, I'd rather play that stratagem with my force, because it's going to be more of an advantage for me to play that in an actual tabletop game. And from my experience from playing tabletop games, I would love something like a deep strike where I can put like a Primaris force of hellblasters in somewhere like that. The only real thing I can do at the moment is the Inceptors, where they can swoop down. I can put them somewhere, but with all the changing from the FAQ about you know, deep striking in and stuff like that and shooting and stuff like that, I think that's going to be a bit of a test phase when it comes to something like this. But that's something for the future video we can actually discuss. Some more stuff which got leaked is that there's going to be a stratagem to give sniper rules and Deathwatch units against Xenos. Again, I'm just thinking of Hellblasters again. Hellblasters are the best unit I find, so if you have that on Hellblasters again, I think that's going to be really good if you find any Xenos force. Stratagem or spec scan, it says, but work without deep strike against Xenos, and it says in brackets they take example pointy ears that come at 12 inches and you shoot at them. There's something to reroll wounds against troops, not precise if it's a stratagem, it says here, so you don't know if that's a stratagem. Maybe that's just an ability if you're actually playing Deathwatch, which again is, if it's not a strategy and it is something where you're taking it and you're playing Deathwatch and you just get that, something to reroll wounds against troops. Well, I say troops, something, maybe it's probably against Xenos troops, not like, you know, other Space Marines or anything like that. That is a really good rule when it comes to taking Primaris again, because again, Hellblasters are amazing. So if I can get some more wounds on I'm sorry, I'm going over Hellblasters again. If I can take Hellblasters into the fight and even add more wounds to Hellblasters, then that's got to be a party everyone can celebrate, because that is absolutely amazing. And it says here there's got to be something that can remove Tau marker lights, which is fantastic. I'm sure that's going to make the Tau people extra salty, but if that is bang on the money, then I'm sure that's going to be a very, very good thing to use. Again, I don't know if it's a stratagem, I don't know if it's an ability with a certain unit or taking a certain relic or something like that, but it just says they talk about something that can remove Tau marker lights. Now that's all we have for the rules that got leaked. There's been nothing about new models, which is kind of surprising, because I would have thought, since the Deathwatch Codex is coming out and there's been such an emphasis on it's going to be more Primaris focused, then I was hoping there we would have got some rumors about new Primaris models, or maybe upgrade kits for Primaris models, maybe upgrade kits for, I don't know, like the Aggressors or the Inceptors, or, you know, something cool like that. I'm wondering if they're going to bring shoulder pads out, which will go with the style of their armor a bit more, maybe new weapons, some melee weapons. I would love melee units. That's what Primaris need, I think, at the moment, is melee units. At the moment, we are suffering when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. We completely just fall on our face. The only real decent hand-to-hand combat is, you know, obviously is the HQs like the Captain, the Gravis armor, you know, sometimes a Lieutenant with a power swords, the Aggressors with a power fist are pretty decent, but beside that, we've got absolutely nothing. I want thunder hammers, I want chainswords, you know, I want all that brutality which I see in 40k brought over to the Primaris side at the moment. I think they're very, very weak when it comes to melee combat. I would love characters added to the Primaris line. We don't really have enough characters. I know we've got like the Gravis Captain, we've got the Apothecary, a couple of the Lieutenants, the Funky Librarian, but beside that, we haven't really got anything that stands out, like, compared to the main Space Marine line, when you have all these, you know, like proper characters which you identify in the lore and stuff like that. We haven't really had any of that come over to the Primaris, maybe because they're still a bit new, but by now, since the Indominus Crusaders ended, I would have thought there's been some like heroes or some known characters which have stepped up and made their mark on the Imperium and their chapters. Maybe the Primaris chapters which are founded, they've been sent off and they've took their vows up with the Deathwatch and stuff. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing if we get some more characters and some HQ designs for the Primaris, which hopefully will come over in a Deathwatch format as well. All in all the stuff I've read is really, really exciting times, Like I said, for me as a Primaris player, I'm definitely more excited about this codex than I am about, you know, the normal Space Marine codex we've got now. Primaris looks like they're getting a bit more love, and again, I know it's kind of hard because some people love Primaris, some people hate Primaris. It's as simple as that. I absolutely love Primaris. If you hate Primaris, that's cool. You're entitled to your opinion. You can hate them all you want, but I'm just happy that me as a Primaris fanboy I'm seeing stuff getting leaked, which is going to focus a bit more on my force. Now, the only thing I have to decide is what Deathwatch chapters am I going to do in my little mini squads. I've more or less completed my entire executioner force, so I am looking for something else now to paint and get, you know, up on the tabletop and stuff like that. And the way it's looking for the Deathwatch Codex, I'm very, very, very excited. Definitely, if like half of the stuff which is true on here, and if you know what, if it's one thing I would love to be true, is for the Primaris Marines where you can mix your squads. I think that is an absolutely fantastic thing. I would absolutely be over the moon if that was added. So if they do that, then I'm definitely jumping in on the Codex Primawatch, let's call it, and I'm going to be making some Primaris Deathwatch Marines. I'll probably do it like Imperial Fist themed, do all the kinds of different Imperial Fist chapters and put them all in a nice little squad, and they can go out purging in Dawn's name. Alright chaps, that's me done for another video. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I hope I've passed on some information. Let me know about all the information I've actually talked about. Are you looking forward to Codex Deathwatch or Codex Primawatch, however you want to say it? I know some people are going to be salty about that. Let me know about, you know, all the stuff I've talked about, all this, you know, like the mixed squads, the stratagem for deep striking, you know, like the marker lights with Tau and stuff like that. Are you a Tau player? Are you salty at the moment that maybe this may be coming true? Let me know in the comment section below, and we'll have a nice healthy conversation. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and I shall see you all very, very soon. See you chaps, and bye bye.